Hi, investors. Life happened, life is hard, life is filled with complicated world issues. They are hard to teach and learn about because if you didn't experience them, you don't understand them. This is why our company Life Happen created an immersive card games to help teach and learn about those complicated world issues. Our research of concept specialist is a student in human societies, Jeanne Largit, and she made those concepts easy to understand with practice. And our designer, Florence Saint Georges, is also a consultant in game mechanics, and she made the game fast paced so our young students are able to stay interested in the game and because they are invested in it. We also use undertaught subjects because those subjects are especially hard to teach in school because they don't immerse the students in the subject. And we also targeted adults because we always have to learn about those subjects, especially if you're not an adult. We created a fun way of learning by using a design for all ages because then you can play with family, and we also use a variety of fascinating subjects with a series that we want to create it for different subjects and a fast-paced game so you always stay invested and it's always interesting and you never know the end. The first series we made is Life Happen Capitalism Game. It's the thrill of trying to destroy your opponent by making the most money. We have to endorse a role of either a wealthy man, a poor man, a middle class man, and we then have to build businesses. Those businesses make money, those businesses pay tax, they make products, and they are in different countries, which makes it really easy to understand the whole concept of underdeveloped, and in developing countries. We also have ways to destroy your opponent by putting them under socialism, and you have life happen cards that are life happen. Your grandmother died. You receive a life insurance plus $6. It's really great for these.
Educational games are no news. In fact, it's a long-standing tradition, and every household had at least one when I was growing up. For example, and perhaps the best known of them all, is a Trivial Pursuit. It's a game that tests your general knowledge, but it has been declined in every subject imaginable. For example, whether you're a fan of Harry Potter or world history or even cinema, there is a Trivial Pursuit that fits your interest. We can also talk about the Scrabble. Scrabble is an anagram game invented when anagrams were reserved for the rich and the intellectuals. So it was a revolution when it came out because it brought to the general public that kind of elevated entertainment and a chance to enlarge the vocabulary. Facing this entertainment giant, Life Happen has three major advantages. First of all, this is not some simply flashcard game where you only have to recite previously learned content. The mechanic of the game itself encourages the player to engage with the material. For example, in Life Happens Capitalism, the player can buy or sell factories, they can also avoid paying government taxes, or they can destabilize their opponent by organizing a socialist revolt. Secondly, Life Happens use concepts that are often underrepresented in educational game. For example, there's a lot of mathematical game, but very few that are centered around psychology or sociology. We believe this is a big mistake because of such a representation, the general public tend to think the subject is too obscure or too complicated for them, while it's not true. As such, we are occupying a market niche, where there's little to no competition to us. Finally, Life Happened is a fan-oriented game. There is no crushingly slow defeat against Grandma, and no one is safe from a full situation reversal. A game usually lasts in between 15 minutes to half an hour, so there is no time to get bored halfway through the game. As we said, board games are classic and iconic, and the market for them is in a great shape, especially with the recent stay-at-home order. As we can see in the graphic, North America occupies one-third of the board game global market, which means that North Americans buy and play more games than anywhere else in the world. This is why it's such a great location to start a game company, because people here are more open to the novelty of new games. In Canada, in particular, a statistical study published in 2018 concluded that 19% of Canadians play every few years, 3% play daily, 9% play weekly, 17% monthly, and 52% play a few times a year, such as during holidays or family reunion. We are targeting the 26% of Canadians who plays in between every week and every month. We are also targeting families with school-aged children because we do not want to only help adults, we also want to help children who struggle with understanding complicated subjects at school. Let's now take a look at the future of the company. In 2020, our first game, Life Happened Capitalism, has officially launched in our online boutique. But this is not the end of the world for us. This is why we're also developing a few new games to launch Christmas time next year, as for example, Life Happened the Marxist Way, or Life Happened Operational Conditioning, which treat respectively of global economic and psychology. Our goal is not only to sell games and entertain people, but we also want them to be more empowered with their knowledge. This is why we are working with a team of educators and web developers to create an online education platform. The concept is as such. With every purchase of a Life Happened game, you also get a unique password that gives you access to a collection of classes taught by experts in their field to help expand your comprehension of a subject. With every new game bought, you gain access to a new collection of classes. This platform is programmed to launch by summer 2022. We are based in Montreal, Canada. For now, we're mainly staying with our online store, but we are also looking to work with physical locations such as specialized store or bookstores. We are at this moment in the process of signing a contract with 3 major English-speaking countries, the United States of America, Great Britain, and Australia. We also want to translate our games so we can expand and export in the whole world. So this is why we are currently working with translators from Peru and Argentina, North America, and India. It is a great moment to invest in our future as a species. As one of my teachers always said, with knowledge comes power, and knowledge helps reduces fear. It is a tough time for us, and we may not be able to make things right again. But we do need to try, and we have to educate ourselves and the younger generation, so we never make the same mistakes again. Thank you for listening.